more money, more health, more energy, whatever you want, by doing a few key things. And it's really, this training is very special and close to me, and I'll tell you why. The last year of my life, I've traveled to over 24 countries. I've spoken in front of thousands of people. I've actually got paid a lot of money and met amazing people, stayed in great hotels, met amazing food, and really my whole life really exploded because of an event coming up here with Tony Robbins called Unleash Your Power Within, coming out here in September in Singapore. So we're here to share really how to be able to have more, be more, and give more. But for that to happen tonight, there has to be what we call a two-way street. Because for sure, I want to give you guys some great information and great energy, but if you guys don't participate, what's going to happen? I'll be up here talking to myself, right? And some will go in one ear and out the other. Is that fair to say? Yes?
Yes.
So what we want to do tonight, for you, not for me, is what is called accelerated learning. Anybody hear of accelerated learning before? Oh, one person, okay? Two people, okay? And what that simply is how can we be able to really engage our body and engage our senses to have more? So for example, if you're able to write down some information, if you're able to maybe keep some eye contact, or if you're able to actually answer back with energy or raise your hand, what happened, information that you learn goes up from 60 to 85%. You're able to retain more and take more into your life. So the key word for a very short time today is a word called participation. What's the key word? Participation. Good energy. Are you committed to learn one thing today to be able to make more money? Anybody? Yes?
Yes.
More success? Yes?
Yes.
And be able to have great fun in Singapore because it's expensive? Yes?
Yes.
All right, here we go. So I love it. And before I get going, I'm very curious. Anybody ever heard of Mr. Tony Robbins? Okay, good. So Tony is known as the #1 success coach in the world. Here's a clicker for me, I think. He actually has personally coached presidents, world leaders, some people will talk about tonight. And also, the thing I love, which touches me, he gives back. And he says this, and I follow this in my life. He says, the secret to living in life is giving. Anybody give back? You should give back, right? Anybody give 10% of their income? You should do that, by the way. So what we're going to do is this. I want to take you guys through a process to really be able to figure out first thing, like, where are you today? Like, how is this thing called life, right? Because we're all on a different path of life. We're all in a different area right now today. But where do you want to go? And most people in life may have no vision or no clarity where they want to go, but also they have no vision or clarity as far as where they are and what may be stopping them. We'll undercover that today. And then in the process, we'll also have a little bit of fun and be able to come together as a team to be able to learn and grow together. Sound good?
Yes.
All right, well, let's do it. And we'll keep the energy high and have some fun today and be able to learn about ourselves and learn about each other. So the question I have for everybody, the first question is this. In your experience of life to this point, what do you think, in your opinion, actually determines success? What determines success?
Focus.
Focus, I agree, very good. Is it where you're born?
No.
Is it who your parents are?
No.
Right? No, right? What determines, you guys yelled out, what determines success?
Hard work.
Hard work, I agree, very good. What else?
Strategy.
Strategy, oh, I love that, very good, sir. What else?
Be satisfied with life.
Being satisfied, I love that, thank you, hon, very important. Being happy, right? Very, very good. Okay, fantastic. So, all great things, but the one thing I want to talk about is a very important thing. It's something that determines who we are. It's what we call our patterns. What is a pattern to you?
Set of actions.
A set of actions we do over and over and over and over are what we call our habits, right? Anybody have any good habits in life? Okay, 3 people. Anybody have bad habits? And people are like, yes, I got bad habits, right? They're everywhere, right? So what happens is this. Our habits determine our life. True? Let's check this out. Isn't it true that we choose our habits and we create our habits, but also our habits create us?
Yes.
Yes.
That's good, right? We create our habits, and our habits create us, right? So what we do on a daily basis, consciously or unconsciously, creates who we are, and then over time, it creates our results, right?
Yes.
Fascinating study. Studies have shown at Stanford University in the United States of America that by 35 years old, 95% of the things we do on a daily basis are unconscious habits. So most people or an autopilot where they do the same thing over and over and over and get the same what? Results, right? Only 5% free will. So what we want to do today, we're going to look at some habits and share some habits and also be able to be aware of our habits to make better change. So I ask you a question. Do habits form fast or slow? Fast, right? So a little bit of energy. I like energy. So everybody in the room, if you guys could stand up for me a little bit, we'll get some energy in our bodies, right? So get the hands moving a little bit. Get a little bit of hands. A little bit of hands, a little bit of energy, a little bit of energy, a little bit of energy, a little bit of motion. All right, so what we're going to do is this. When I say put your hands together and clap, put your hands together and clap. You ready? Go. I said clap once, not many times, right at the front habit. So get to the clapping, go clap, 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 clap. All right, we got some energy. All right, have a seat. Good. All right, so what I'm going to do is to cover 3 things here tonight. And these are what we call 3 pillars of success. And I can guarantee you this, if you're able to really get your head around this and be able to master these pillars, you will be able to get better results this year in 2019 in your business and your personal life, and you will be able to make more money. Are you guys ready for these? Everybody say yes?
Yes.
All right, number 1, very important. Number 1 is what we call strategy. What's number 1?
Strategy.
Strategy, right? So isn't it true there are certain things that we can be able to do in our life if we actually have the right strategy, the right plan, maybe the 2-degree shifts, we can get better results. Is that true or true, right? So what we do at Tony Robbins Group, we actually have a very important strategy we teach. It's called modeling success. Have you heard of that before? So modeling success is really not reinventing the wheel. It's finding somebody in your life who may actually be a little healthier and do what they do. Maybe someone in your life that actually may be a little more wealthier and do what they do. And also maybe someone has better relationships and follow what they do to be able to find the right strategy to get you from where you are to where you want to go fast. We want to go fast or slow? Fast, right? Of course. So very good strategy. Number 2 is a very important one too. Number 2 is what we call activity. What's number 2, team?
Activity.
Good energy. Activity or action, right? So we have to be able to go out there and do something about it. But isn't it true over and over, most people in life, the challenge is this. Most people know what they should be doing, but most people don't do what? They don't do what they know, right? Most people know in this room, we should be actually maybe making more phone calls, be actually planning our day, maybe going to the gym, maybe getting up earlier. True or true? So I'm just curious, by the way, before I get going here today, how many people are business owners or entrepreneurs in the room? Okay, mostly half the room. So as a business owner or an entrepreneur, we know we got to be able to be focused, be out there taking action, and take action consistently to get the result. But most people in life don't take the action simply because they don't feel like it, right? So the action we have to be able to do is figure out how can we be able to have the right strategy and take the right action over and over and over to get the right result. And I tell you, my friends, what happens for most people, and this is kind of a challenge in personal growth today, there's so much information out there. What we do, we actually tend to be able to complicate things by having too much information. Really, success is being able to find the right strategy, take the right action over and over to get the result, but also, number 3 is a big one. Number 3 is what I call the difference that makes the difference. The difference between a person that may have success, that may have happiness, may have joy, that actually may get everything they want, and the person who struggles is number 3. Number 3 is what we call mindset. What's number 3?
Mindset.
Mindset, our psychology. Our psychology, our belief system, our thinking, but more importantly, our mindset and our belief in who? Ourself, right? I mean, that is really the gap. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to believe we deserve to be happy. We have to believe that we actually have the tools and the strategies to be successful. We have to believe that we can make the money and live the life we want, but first by having the right mindset. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to get a baseline and figure out where we are. So isn't it true that you will not be able to go to the next level in any area of life or business until you know where you are? Basic knowledge, right? So the question is this: where are we today? Like, how is life? Like, how is the journey of life? How is 2019? How is April this year? How's it going? You know, my mother, April 20th this year, turned 79 years old. It blows my mind that my mother's 79 years old, right? Life is fast. So the question is this, how's it going? And the question is, how much do we love the results we're getting today? Like, are we waking up financially satisfied? Are we waking up happy? Are we waking up excited? How much you love the results? So I want you to think to yourself, on a scale 1 through 10, 1 being, Scott, I got lots of room for improvement, okay? And a low number is good, meaning that there's room for growth, right? Or 10, saying, Scott, I'm making so much money, do not give me any more money. Anybody there? Right? My body is so amazing, they're bouncing quarters off my abs. Anybody there? Mike? There's one person, right? Me, Mike, me, right? Or maybe 10, my relationships are so passionate, they're writing books and movies about it, right? Anybody there? So to bring the group together here as a team, on a scale 1 through 10, all together, health, relationships, business, happiness, joy, on a scale 1 through 10, how much are you in love with the results of your life? So let's get a quick show of hands. How many people say, Scott, my results right now, I have room for improvement, I'm maybe 1, 2, or 3. Anybody 1, 2, or 3? Be honest. I love your honesty. Thank you, guys. About 3 people. 4, 5, or 6? Outstanding. 7, 8. Okay. And 9, 10? Okay. Not yet 9, 10 was good. So on an average here as a group here, it looks like we may be level 6. So that's fascinating because I believe we are at the best time to be alive. Is that probably a true statement, right? I remember when I was, let's say 20 years ago, do you guys remember before the internet? Right? I think before Google, as human beings, we had the right to say, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to start a business. I don't know how to get healthy. I don't know how to do it, right? But now we can Google what? Everything, right? So what we can do, we have information everywhere, right? We know what to do, but the gap is going out there and doing it, right? So if we're level 6 out of 10, there's absolutely a gap, right? So we want to be able to improve. So let me ask you as smart people, what do you think actually holds most people back? What stops most people? Why aren't people, we're in the richest cities in the world, there's opportunity everywhere. Why do people struggle? What stops most people? Actually, you know what? I'll have you guys think about it for a second. If you could, maybe somewhere on your phone, somewhere in your notebook, think, okay, Scott, what might be stopping me? Like, what are some habits, some patterns, some beliefs, some excuses that may come up in my life? And guess what? We all have them, right? What might be stopping us from being our best? So I'll give everybody maybe about 30 seconds to write down 1 or 2 that may be stopping you, and we'll share as a group. What stops us? Maybe it is this, it could be his fault. Anybody said that? It's the wife's fault, the husband's fault. You guys say that in Singapore? We do that all the time in the U.S. We blame other people, right, for lack of success, right? What stops us? Maybe it's the economy. Maybe it's lack of job. Maybe it's technology. What stops most people? All right, so you guys tell me, what comes up? What stops most people? Fear, right? Fear. Anybody experienced fear before? Anybody just afraid to raise your hand? Right, okay. So fear of what? Fear of? Failure, right? Maybe fear of asking for the business. That could be fear of failure. What about fear of rejection? What else? What are the fears? Judgment, right? My mentor said this. My mentor, he goes, Scott, you know what? Nobody cares what you do, right? What happens, I think sometimes we think too much about what other people think about us. Is that probably true sometimes, right? Yeah. Right? Probably, I'm guessing here, the person that loves you the most in your life may be your mother. Is that probably a true statement? Yeah. And she's probably not thinking about you right now. Maybe? right? What happens? So fear may be rejection, judgment, maybe not being enough, right? No. Okay. Okay, what else? What else comes up? Fear. What else do people say? People don't say I'm scared, but what other excuses do they say on the surface level?
Way too many options.
Too many options. Very good. Thank you, sir. Options, right? That's a good one. That's true, too, right? Too many, I mean, there's so many different. I mean, there's network marketing groups. There's cryptocurrency. There's option trading. There's all kinds of different ways to make money today, right? So options. What else?
Comfort zone.
Comfort zone. Oh, wow. Comfort zone. Very good. They're comfortable. And that's kind of where people are like, they're good. Everything is like really, really good, but it can be better, right? So what else? What stops most people? Give me more.
Too many negative news.
Negative news, negative people. Anybody know negative people? Right? Nobody knows negative people. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes, we all do, right? Negative news. What about this negativity, right? Negativity in our life. What about this? Here's a common one in the United States. Scott, I really want to start this new business. I know I need a prospect. I need to get lead generation, but I have no time. Heard that before?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No time. The cousin of no time. The close cousin is no money. Right? No time, no money. What else? What else? Maybe lack of follow-up, right? Lack of follow-through. What else? Give me one, Samantha.
Past broken promises.
Oh, wow. The past. Does that show up in business? Does that show up in relationships? Right? What's the one, this is a good one. No one does this here in Singapore, I don't think, but it's big in the US. It's the one where people say, Scott, I'm going to do it tomorrow. What's that called? Procrastination. Anybody procrastinate?
Yeah.
Okay, hands will come up later. Watch. All right? Procrastination, right? Procrastination. Procrastination nation, right? Procrastination, past experiences, no time, no money, negativity, comfort zone, too many options, fear. What else? Is there anything unique to Singapore? Okay, good. And what do we call this in US? We call this fear. Maybe excuses, maybe stories. But what we call this in the world of Tony Robbins, it's a very scientific term. Please try to follow along. You guys ready? We call this our BS. What's that stand for, Singapore? Quick over there, huh? I thought you were sleeping over there. You're awake now. All right, I love it. Thank you, sir. Yes, you can call it the BS that way, or we call it our belief systems, right? True, right? So here's what's amazing about life, right? All human behavior, everybody in this room, every action we take or don't take is based off of belief. So jot this down. A belief is simply a feeling of absolute certainty we have about something. Say it again. A belief is simply a feeling of absolute certainty we have about something. And we have two types of beliefs. Very simple. We have number one, what is called an empowering belief. What do you think an empowering belief will do for us? Will it make you stronger? Will it give you more confidence, right? Will it be able to help you take more action, right? An empowering belief will be able to empower you to be able to do more, be more, and have more in your life by an empowering belief. Yes? Right?
Yeah.
But the flip side is this. I see people, and I know you know people like this as well, that have talent, that have experience, that may have good looks, that may speak well, that actually may have all kind of different connections, but what happens, they have something in here holding them back. It could be a limiting belief system. And a limiting belief is actually a belief that goes in their head over and over and over. That may be that roadblock that's stopping us from getting what we want. Is that possible, right? Yeah. Very important. But here's what's amazing. This is profound. Here's what we know to be true about human behavior. This is not just Singapore. We could go to Malaysia. We could go to Europe. We go to US. human behavior. And here's what I found in my journeys, guys. And tell me if you guys agree. We are all at the core driven by love or fear. All at the core, we want to be able to be happy. All at the core, we want to be able to be successful. We want to be accepted. We want to be loved. We want to feel important. Feel like we're making a difference. That's probably true, right? But here's what also is important. We will never outsell, we will never out-earn our current belief system. Say that again. We'll never outsell, we'll never out-earn our current belief. So what happens, with most people, they get so close, so close, so close to hitting that goal, having a relationship, and what happens? We come back. It's like that forward dance, and we come back because of unconscious beliefs, they may sabotage us or hold us back from what we want. Belief systems. So what happens with the beliefs, they go in our mind over and over and over again. Crazy, right? So let's check out our little, I usually don't do this, but I'm doing a PPT today because we're in Asia. So let's check out what some people say. We can do it. Oh, here you go, here you go. I got it. Okay, okay. Here it is. What some people say about Mr. Tony Robbins. Bill Clinton has a gift to inspire. Women, you like that? I put it up there for you. All right, so we got Hugh Jackman, Wolverine. Let's see what he has to say about Mr. Tony Robbins.
I come from a family, parents split up when I was young, and I think for many years I carried a doubt about whether there was some kind of wound or damage that would frame my entire life and all the decisions I make. And no matter what, no matter how I handle that, is it always there? Is it just something I have to kind of manage, you know, like you would manage an injury? I've always got a bad knee. And Tony's like, no. Sure, something bad happened. Something bad happened to everybody on the planet. I don't care who you are. Something bad has happened to you. But if you continue to tell that story to yourself, that is who you are, it will continue to be true. That damage will stay for the rest of your life. But it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to spend years and years and years in therapy. In 1 hour, I can get rid of that. And it's pretty powerful, and I've seen him do it time and time again.
Mr. Hugh Jackman. Anybody know Hugh Jackman?
Yeah.
Wolverine. Women say, woo! Come on, women. Yes, woo! Not many women in the room. Okay, cool. So these hold us back. So here's what I want to show you something. I want to share with you what is called a success cycle. And a success cycle is something that if you are able to understand it and really be able to master it, you'll be able to see the future. You'll be able to actually determine every single result in your life based on your thinking. Would that be valuable? So if you have pen and paper, write down the 4 boxes up here, the success cycle. I'm going to show you exactly how this works. Right here, put it to the boxes. But I'll tell you a cool story. Has anybody ever heard the story of Mr. Roger Bannister before? What did he do? Give this guy a big hand! Not bad, not bad. That's kind of a small hand, but give him a big hand! All right, good. All right, great, thank you, sir. So Roger Bannister is the first person in human history in 1954 to break the 4-minute mile. But the amazing thing about the story is this. Up to 1,000 years before he broke it, it was literally a race around the world as far as what country could produce the first runner to be able to run the 4-minute mile. But what happened was this. Some countries, even though they had extreme measures on how to be able to train their athletes, some countries would actually get their best runners and they would tie these guys to horses and be able to drag these guys along behind the horses to run faster. Some countries would get the huge sports stadium like the Roman days, and what they would do, they put the runners in the stadiums and they would be able to unleash wild animals to chase these guys around. Crazy stuff, right? But the belief was, back in 1954, the human heart would literally explode. Doctors and scientists thought the human would explode if exerted to that level. So Roger Bannister with the power of visualization. Now, friends, does anybody visualize in your life? Right? Good, right? Write this down somewhere. Visualization, right? If you want to be able to be more, have more, see it in your mind first. Einstein said imagination is a preview of what's happening in your life, right? So with the power of visualization, with the power of community, is community important, right? Community, with the power of belief and taking massive action, 1954, Roger Bannister, first person ever in human history to break the 4-minute mile, celebrated around the world. Absolutely amazing, Sir Roger Bannister today. But after Roger broke it, what happened next?
Other people do. Other people did it.
Boom, right? Like a month afterward, broke, right? So what happened in 1954? New pair of Nike running shoes? Steroids? What happened?
Mindset.
Change of belief, right? If Roger could do it, guess what? I could do it, right? This guy over here could do it, I could do it, right? So this is also the power of belief and also the power of modeling to be able to do that. So very important. So here's how this simply works. The bottom left here, my friends, put the word results. So let me ask you, being here in Singapore as an entrepreneur or professional, what would be a great amount of money to be able to make 2019 in Singapore? What's a good amount of money? How much thing? 10 million? That would be a great amount. Anybody want $10 million? Nobody? One person, me and you, right? So what is fair to say for the average person, like $100,000 would be good to make here in Singapore? Is that true? Would people be excited for $100,000? Excited plus, yes? Okay. So we'll put $100,000 up here. That could be a good goal. Or actually, better yet, let me ask you this question. What is your goal? So I know for sure that probably goal setting is something that we do every single day in this room, right? Everybody goal sets every day? Writes it down? So probably not, right? So 98% of people in the US, studies have shown, or actually in the world, do not have written goals. And I don't know if you heard the study at Harvard University done years ago. The study at Harvard University was this, that what happened, they took the graduating class and they followed the class of Harvard University for 20 years. And there was 3% of the graduating class of Harvard University that had written goals. And what happened, they followed them for 20 years, and after 20 years, they actually interviewed all the graduates that had the goals and didn't have the goals. But what they found was this. They found the people that had the goals seemed to be more well-adjusted, seemed to be more happy in their life, but also the people who had the goals, the 3%, made more than the 97% combined. Is that cool or cool, right? So I'm going to give you guys a minute here to write down your goals for 2019. I'm sure you have them. I'm sure you review them. But I want you to write down 2 goals for me today, right now. 1 personal, 1 professional. If you're able to achieve this year, you'll be able to look back this year and you would be very happy or very excited. Could be a financial goal, could be a relationship goal, could be a health goal, could be a business goal. So I'll give everybody about a minute to write down 1 personal, 1 professional for 2019. You guys with me? Yes? All right, cool. Write them down. I'll give you a minute. Let's wait for you to cue music. Here you go. This is good goal setting music. Do you want a house? Do you want a car? Do you want a business? Alright, so keep writing. And then the second question. Turn that down. Alright, so the good question is this. So, did everybody have goals, yes?
Yes.
Okay, are you guys with me? Everybody say yes?
Yeah.
Alright, good. So, the question is this. Do we have to do something different to get the goals or do the same thing?
Different.
right? Are you going to be the same person or a different person to achieve the goals?
Different.
Different, right? So you can think about this or write it down. The question I have for you is this. What kind of person do you have to grow into to achieve the goal? Right? Do you have to be able to get up earlier? Do you have to be more aggressive? Do you have to be hang out with new people? Do you have to be able to plan your day, right? Because here's what we know to be true, my friends. For you to be able to achieve something you've never done, you have to be able to become somebody you've never been. Does that make sense? I'll say it again. For you to do something you've never done, you have to become a person, stronger person, bigger person, more confident person, stronger belief person to be able to achieve the goal. Does that make sense, right? So how can you be able to be more? Like old Jim Rohn quote, right? For things to get better, we must get better. For things to change, we must change. So, what goals do you guys have? Throw them at me. What do you guys got? Share some goals. Put them on the board. Not everybody wants. What do you?
Learn new skill.
What skill?
Well, swimming.
Swimming. Oh, cool. Okay, great. Learn a new skill. Yeah, I do that every day. So I'm working on what I'm doing. Working on now is a program called Train the Brain by Jim Quick. It's an audio program, 15 minutes a day, learning a new skill. Okay, what else? Give me more goals.
Fitness.
Fitness. What kind of goal? Join the gym. Work out every day.
Marathon.
Big muscle. Marathon. Awesome. Fitness. Okay, what else? Doctor, what do you got? What do you got?
Help 10,000 people.
10,000 this year?
Well, in anything.
Okay, good. That's awesome. I love it. Help others. Okay, good. What else? Give me more. Give me one more goal. Give me more goals?
Engage with more people or get connections going.
Great. I like you, man. I like you. Connection. Good. What else? One more goal. Ladies, what do you got there? Nice lady in the green shirt.
For me, it's helping my children to do well.
Okay, family. Awesome. All right, here's how it works. So let's say somebody like you, my friends here, we have a certain goal. It could be a money goal, it could be a fitness goal, it could be a learning skills, helping others, it could be a connection goal, right? So this is our goal right here for 2019. So to be able to hit a certain goal, let's say 100K, because we all like money. Is that true? We do all like money?
Yeah.
We want more money? Yes, Singapore. So what happens is to be able to achieve 100K, we got to go there and take daily, consistent action. True or true? Yes?
Yes.
So to be able to take action, a good action, a strong action, a consistent action, you have to tap into more power or more potential. Top right is potential. How much potential do we have? A little bit or a lot?
No.
A lot, right? Well, I mean, we scratched at the surface, right? So to be able to achieve that potential, we have to be able to act or be able to form from a powering belief system, right? So here's how it simply works. So let's say there's a friend of ours or somebody that we may know really, really well. So it's belief, potential, action, results. So let's say we have a friend of ours, someone we know really well, and someone we may actually be really close to. And we hear this friend constantly complain. They tell us things that may be going wrong, how there's no prospects, there's no leads, it's hard to find business, I don't know how to market, I don't know enough about business, whatever it may be. And we say these excuses once in our life, or do we say these many, many times? Many, many times. Studies have shown the average person has 60,000 thoughts a day. Most thoughts positive or more negative? Most people negative, right? So if we have a thought in our mind where business is tough, maybe I'm not good enough, I don't have enough money, I can't be enough, I'm not smart enough, maybe I'm not good enough, that goes over and over and over and over, what happens, it becomes ingrained in our psychology. It becomes a belief system. Because what we call a negative belief. So what happens here with a negative belief, do you think with a negative belief that goes through our mind many times a day, do we tap into, would you say, more potential or less? Less, right? Less potential is more action? Less. And what happens here? See, I told you. It's tough out there. I have no money. I have no connections. I can't do it. It's too hard. When we move to Thailand and sit on the beach. True or true? Yeah. Here's the crazy part, right? I want to do that too, right? The crazy part is this, my friends, being serious here, is what happens is, people don't know this. Are emotions powerful? Are emotions, are they powerful?
Yes.
What happens when we take that emotion, that frustrated emotion, that negative emotion, and we attach it to a belief, it takes that belief and it takes it deeper and deeper and deeper. Not only our psychology, our physiology, our body. And what happens for most people becomes a way of life. It's who I am. And then what happens becomes your identity. And Tony says this. He said there's nothing stronger in human behavior than staying consistent with who you think you are. So if you think you're a person that's not meant to succeed, unconsciously we live into that, and then that's who we are. That's how we show up. It's not meant to be. It doesn't work out for me. True?
True.
But here's the scary part. I've spoken in front of thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And here's what I know about human behavior. Is most people do not change. Is change easy or hard?
Hard.
It's hard, right? Because it's ingrained. And what happens is this. The way to change is through emotional experience. Something that's going to get out of our comfort zone. But most people don't change, and they tend to take the same limiting beliefs, the same negative psychology from their 20s to their 30s, to their 40s, to their 50s, to their 60s. But here's the scary part. Most people take it and pass it on to whom? Their kids. Pass them on to their kids. And what happens unconsciously, because we love our parents, and our kids are probably going to love us, they live into the belief. It's not our fault, but sometimes we don't know what we don't know. True or true? And it affects what? It affects our income. It affects our relationships. It affects our finances. It affects our happiness. It affects our life. And we waste precious moments because of a silly, limiting belief that was put on us by someone else. Isn't that crazy? But guess what? Who's the one person who can break this? Who can break this? Us! Right? But here's the deal, my friends. You have to be able to have an experience that's going to be able to shake you up, right? Isn't that true? Right?
Yeah.
When do people change? When do people actually start changing their finances? When the bank calls and says they would take your house away, yes? Right? When do people actually change their relationships? When he leaves you or she leaves you, right? When do people change their health? When the doctor said if you don't stop smoking, you're going to die. True or true, right? So what happens at Tony Robbins Unleash Your Power Within, we put you in an experience with thousands of people that are on one mission to be able to be your best. We're going to be able to shake you up, get you outside your comfort zone, and give you a loving kick in the
Belief system.
Say it again. Ass, right? I wanted to say that, but you said it first, right? Right? To be able to do that. Is that true or true? Because isn't it true, everybody in this room? I know this. And here's what's true, my friends. How many people have actually had friends or people that see more in you than you see in yourself? Right? Right? I see more in you than most people see in themselves. Right? But what happens is we have to get out of our comfort zone and do something different. If not, we get the same results over and over. True or true? Yes? Let's see what I got one of my, here, let me show you one of my mentors. Okay. Thank you, sir. Oh. Serena Williams, Tony Robbins, coaching has made a remarkable difference in my life, both on and off the court. With Tony's help, I set new standards for myself and taken my tennis game to a new level. She's awesome, but not my mentor. Oprah! Anybody love Oprah?
Yes.
Now, you do not become a self-made billionaire by accident, my friends, right? It is because of a lot of thinking, a great mindset, and great actions. Let's check out this Oprah Winfrey here.
So we've been growing these big fires all night long, put them down the coals, we shovel the wheelbarrows, and then we lay them across about 12 or 15 all for people to walk on.
Oh my God!
Holy shoot, she said holy
No,
shoot.
it looks a little crazy. I'll do that. Yes! Alright, we'll do it again. I gotta get my breath back. Do you admit that this looks crazy? A little bit. This is crazy in this state.
I am not in that state.
Drums off! Let's have a hand for our drummers, ladies and gentlemen. Big hand for our drummers. On the count of three, all your intensity. Make the sound of ensemble intensity. 1, 2, 3, go! Drummers on! Drummers on! Here we go!
Yes, yes, yes.
I want you to know there's nothing here. You're going to storm through this. I will not let you get hurt. Worst can happen. Throw your feet up and down. Come on. Step up on the grass first. Okay. I want you to make it really strong for everybody in your life. Just scream yes. I want you to do it 3 times. Your eyes stay up and you strong the voice. Yes. Yes. Make it really scream yes. As hard and strong as you can. That's it! That's it! You got it!
Then it was Sherry's turn. Go, Sherry!
Yes! 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 Yes!
Stop! Like your feet!
Let me just tell you, this was an experience. Let me just tell you, this is the next chapter. This is the next chapter, people, because I didn't come here planning to do this. I was thinking, first of all, when I saw the flames, I went, that is crazy, that's unreasonable. All mammals know to run from fire. What in the world? And so,
How you doing out there, ladies and gentlemen?
I stayed too long at the fair because at some point I could have gotten out. And then after I saw it turning and everybody was talking about actually going to walk, I thought, okay, now, am I going to walk and what I'm walking for and what's the metaphor mean and what does it all mean? I didn't think I could do it, and I did it. I was petrified standing there for a minute. And then I thought, well, you have to believe you can do it. And then Tony just whispered in my ear, yes, yes, yes. And I don't know how. I was kidding. I did it.
So, cool. That's awesome. So, she said something very important, guys. She said, this is an experience. This is how you change something in your life. You don't change it by sitting on the couch watching YouTube videos on personal growth, right? You change it by getting out there and living life, doing something you've never done before to become somebody you've never been, right? And what happens, you walk on the fire, you go through the experience, you come back and you go out there and take the action, get the belief. And what happens is this. With a new belief, I can do anything. With the new psychology, I can make it happen. With new psychology, I'll break through, right? With that new empowering belief from the experience, a new empowering belief that you can do anything and make what you want. With an empowering belief, do you tap into less potential or more potential?
More.
Good energy. Less or more? More? Action. Less or more?
More.
Results. What happens?
More.
Here, everybody put one hand in the air, put a hand in there, hand, and go cha-ching. Hold on, we're in Singapore. Put it up again. You gotta go cha-ching, cha-ching. It's expensive here, cha-ching, cha-ching, right? And what